Hey everyone, and welcome. So, today we're going to totally decode number systems. My goal is really simple. I want to make this topic so clear for you that it actually becomes your secret weapon in any exam. So, are you ready? Let's get started. A lot of us feel a little scared of maths, right? It happens. Especially when you see all these different types of numbers thrown at you. But honestly, trust me on this. It's all just a game of understanding the basics really well. So please don't worry. What we're going to do is break down the seemingly complex topic into simple, easy to understand building blocks. We'll start right from scratch. Just stick with me and you'll see just how easy this can all be. Okay, so first things first, I want you to think of all numbers as one big, huge family. Like in a family tree where everyone has their own special place. Well, it's the exact same with numbers. Every single number has its own identity. So, come on, let's go meet this family.
All right, at the very top, the head of this entire family, we have real numbers. Basically, any number you can possibly imagine on a number line, doesn't matter if it's positive, negative, a fraction, or a decimal, it's a real number. This is the biggest kind of all-inclusive group there is.
Now, these real numbers, they split into two main branches, rational and irrational. And understanding the difference between these two is absolutely crucial. So rational numbers are the ones we can write as a simple fraction, in that p by q form. But irrational numbers, things like pi or the square root of 2, their decimals just go on forever without ever repeating. That right there, that's the key difference you need to remember. So if we look inside the rational branch, it has its own little family too. First, you have the integers. That includes all the positive numbers, all the negative ones, and 0. Then, a bit smaller, you have whole numbers, which start from 0. And finally, the most basic ones, the natural numbers. That's just our simple counting, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So you see, all of these are just a part of that bigger rational family. And of course, there's another really basic classification, even and odd numbers. Super simple, right? If a number is completely divisible by 2, it's even. If it's not, it's odd. Now, this might seem like a really simple concept, but believe me, it comes in so handy when you're solving exam questions. Okay, let's switch gears. We're now moving on to a VVIP topic, prime numbers. Seriously, this is a favorite concept in competitive exams, so you really need to put some extra focus here. I can almost guarantee you'll see a question on this. So what exactly are prime numbers? Well, they're natural numbers, they have to be greater than 1, and here's the rule. They can only be divided by 1 or by themselves. That's it. They only have two factors, 1 and the number itself. Like 2, 3, 5, 7, and the list goes on. And listen closely, this next line, you need to lock this in your brain. The number 2 is the only even prime number in the entire world. Every single other prime number is odd. This is such a crucial point, and it's the key to solving so many tricky questions really fast.
All right, that's enough theory for now. What do you say we take what we've just learned and apply it to an actual exam question? Let's see how it works in practice. Are you ready?
Okay, so here's our question. Go ahead, take a moment and read it carefully. We're given 3 distinct prime numbers, x, y, and z, and we know their sum is 70. Our job is to find the value of z, which is the largest of the 3. Now, I know it might look a little tricky at first glance, but I promise you it's really not.
Okay, let's break this down together step by step. So first up, just notice that the sum, 70, is an even number, okay? Now, for step 2, let's use some logic. Think about it. If you add 3 odd numbers, the result is always odd, but our sum is even. So what does that tell us? It means that one of our 3 prime numbers must be even. And that right there is our key. What's the only even prime number in existence? Exactly, it's 2. So we've already found the value of x, the smallest one. It has to be 2. Now our equation gets so much simpler. It's just y plus z equals 68. So now our task is way simpler. We just need to find 2 prime numbers that add up to 68. Let's just try a few options. What if we try y equals 31? That's a prime number, right? So what would z be? Well, 68 minus 31 is 37. And hey, is 37 a prime number? Yes, it is. Bingo! Just like that, we've found our pair. And just like that, we have our answer. Since z was the largest prime number of the 3, its value is 37. See how that worked? That one little concept we learned, that 2 is the only even prime number,
That was the key that unlocked this entire question.
Okay, before we wrap up this whole explainer, let's just quickly go over all the important points one more time. Just a quick revision so they really stick in your mind. Think of this as your final exam-ready checklist. First, always remember the structure of the number family. Second, be absolutely clear on the difference between rational and irrational numbers. Third, prime numbers are your best friends. They're super important. Fourth, and this is the big one, never forget, 2 is the only even prime. And finally, always break down every problem step by step using logic.
So that's pretty much it. Just keep these concepts in mind and most importantly, keep practicing. I know you're going to absolutely rock your exams. You've totally got this. अगर आपको ये वीडियो helpful लगा हो तो please like, share और channel को subscribe करना मत भूलना. सारे PDFs के लिए मेरा Telegram channel join करें. Link description में है. Keep watching and stay